Good afternoon, everyone. Wonderful to see you all because you are even very busy. You are not preparing tomorrow big celebration, the Columbus Day, right?
Yes.
But still, you will come today. So wonderful. To we will talk something. Today's subject is first the Paramita. The Buddha talked about the 6 Paramita. The first Paramita is what is important. Why Buddha not talk the Dana Paramitas maybe last or maybe middle. Why he chose the first, you know? So there are some reasons we explain. They usually, the Dana Paramitas, Dana means the generosity or cumulative merit. There are 3 ways to accumulate merit. The first, Chuji Jimba, the offering to the Dharma. The offering of service. The Dharma teaching is priceless. Many objects we can put big numbers, you know, $100,000 or millions, but Dharma is priceless. So Buddha, the first giving to, because they liberate all the cause of suffering, how to be free from. So this way, one of the Dana Paramita. Then the second, the Sangsing. Sangsing Jimba means you work to the physically, to the work, to a positive, to service. Then third one is the offering the material things. So those 3 of the main, the Dana Paramita. Now we go back first, the Buddha, the Dharma, the offering or Dharma, the Dana Paramita, or cumulative merit. So we can make many ways to accomplishment this one lifetime. Many things. The most profound, the liberate, be free from, is the only, the highest achieved. You know, we have pain, temporary suffering. There's also we need to get out those sufferings. But most will receive. The joy for receive is the when you help to someone when they need it, or you serve to community or any near you, whatever you can to help. So this is the one of the best, the accumulated merit. With the motivation makes huge difference. Even though there are some not really, not enough the wisdom, but their work action to the helping the community, they can become, we call it a rainbow body. Very highest, transform your physically bodies become sort of the Dharmakaya form. So now I'm telling you some story how related a cumulative merit. What does mean cumulative merit? How to benefit? What kind of benefit? So, founder of our lineage, the great master, the second Nagarjuna, the Lord Jigten Songkhon. Lord Jigten Songkhon is very famous in Tibet and Tibetan Buddhism. When the many great masters say in the 100,000 followers and practitioners, the many high realizations also there. So now this accumulated merit is not necessarily giving the money, it's not an issue. If you have, it's wonderful, but you don't have, also you can do something service. Achieve the same realization. The one day, Lord Jigden Songwon took some students from the each retreat place to the cemetery, very famous cemetery we call Den Chak. Usually the cemetery is better called Turtu. And now in Digungti monastery they have cemetery we call Den Chak. So it's different. I will explain. So Den means the holy object, like relics. Chak means broom to put together. You cannot collect the one or two. Doesn't matter how many there are, countless. So how happen? All those connections, as well as the Lord Jigden was inviting some of his students. Some student, the service, the Jigden was attendant. You will call attendant. These persons are teaching all the time. Whenever the Lord Jigden was give teachings and empowerment, he was always there because he was attendant. Then some practitioners, retreat there. Then they're inviting chef, chef, right? So he's we call chama. Chama means the tea master. They cook tea, delicious tea. Oh my goodness, So he was just service tea, and he also inviting the morning in the cemetery. And Lord Jigden Songwon said, I want to see each of you show me your practice through. We talk a lot in many years. Now I want to see how many you achieved. Then many retreat masters walking in the sky, fly, just all kind of the miracles they're showing, the realization. And the tea master, he also just thinking, the sun rays the same time, the morning sun rays. So he later, right? Later, he put in the sun rays in the space, the sun rays. He just holding there. This is his sign. He was a high realization also. We not respect. He can showing the miracles. He is always in the kitchen. So the point is, when you walk the kitchen, because the motivation in hearing the Dharma, their work at the same the benefit power. If you don't have you didn't get any benefit, what is point to service? Many beings in 3-year retreats, many year retreat. Somebody need to bring food, him or her. So this way the quotation or sort of commentary, the great Minerva said, Rila gombe gomchen dang, chowa jirwe yondani, sang nyambur kyawe, tende yinbo ngawa yins. And he or she in retreat in mountain, and he or she the service they needed, like food, medicine, clothing, things like that. When the realization and benefit exact the same, because their connection, the retreat people will know those no servicing coming to him or her, they cannot survive life. So how they make communication? So now in the retreat, they share, they're making dedication, meditation. They win the dedication at the end of the day, they share who connection this person. This way they get exactly. You will say 50-50. No? Maybe a little more, because the practitioners always want to help the other beings. This means retreat people in the house, somebody serve, the retreat is not lazy, you know, I'm wondering who giving to the food. They're not wondering things. They will know what kind, my responsibility to serve. For me, now I can pray for him or her. My power can liberate or not. But in the past, Samadhan Bhadra, Manjushri, Avalokiteshvara, those huge motivation. Likewise, I dedication to those service. That's why I get the benefit same to realization. Just I explained. The attendant, he was a little bit shocked. He forgot, showing the miracles because all the, even though the tea master already showed his the miracle sign, and people thought the attendant is the first maybe showing, but he forgot or maybe something, then he passed away. So then he wants something built to the after Lord Jidesung passed away. Then he thinking I can build big golden stupa for the memorial. That's why he's mentally stuck somewhere. Even though your motivation is not there, he was always close to Lord Jidesung. By the time he didn't show that he's a miracle. But he's how to show his the letter, then his dedication, his the pure motivation. The great master Lord Jidesung was power all together when the power, then the power Lord Jidesung was the stick and just touching in the forehead, and the final power said pay. And his whole body became the rags. So this way you cannot pick one or two. This way you need to collect it like broom. So this way we call ten chap. So cumulative merit is the two things. Cumulative merit and cumulative wisdom. They are another relative. After the Lord Jidesung sent thousands and thousands monks in the retreat, the three places, Mount Kailash, Tsari, Lachi. Those three holy places is the Chakra Sambaras, body, speech, mind. And Mount Kailash, they represented the Lord Jidesung. They go Chuji Dema Thakpa. So Chuji Dema Thakpa was the retreat master. He was leading to the Mount Kailash retreat. So now he was a retreat, they give the teachings. The one we call Naro. Naro is like yak. They sometimes carrying the service, transportation, because the retreat master lived in the high mountain. So there, this animal can carry the retreat master's food, like transportation. We have right now trucks and trains and airplanes. During the time, horse, mule, and yak. So this is a yak. So there's a yak. They don't have any motivation to again serve my master. He's a yak, but he's carrying and the master's food, the yogurt and all the food from the bottom to the hill to the mountain. So later, I saw my own eye. The yak put in the rock. This means the yak is also becoming like power, like the rainbow beings. So then after he was die, they become a rainbow body. Because remember, the yak is just ordinary animal. They don't have any motivations, but only carrying the service to the retreat master. The benefit is no more, no less, just 50-50. It becomes also rainbow body. It's very unique. So now here, our some traffic. The traffic is like, again, the dana. When we do anything, so what we do, our mind need to delight it in going with joyful. Any you do in your mind joyful, the results, any results, you're very happy. When you any activities, your mind is not joyful, even though result is big, but your mind is still not agreement because your open is not joy. You know, when first open any size, you will achieve or not. Beginning time you need to joyful. Then the results, any accomplishment is joyful. So that's called Dharma's Tomar Geva, Parda Geva, Tamar Geva. So Dharma is at the beginning, the virtue and joy. And the path, joy. And the result is joy. If you will follow the Dharma never give you suffering. Because even now the problems, we didn't follow the correct Buddha's giving sort of the direction, you know. Sometimes we thought, I'm smart, you know, I know this area very well, you know, things like that. Then we will stuck there, you know. So likewise, the Dana Paramita is very important. This is the first talk in Dana. Why? Because we have the strong to self-grasping, this holding to all your very tight. So this way, me and my is the most unique language, the human history, you know. They're not needed to teach, and even the kids first, this is my, me, you know. Then we get older, me is very longer too. This is my, you know. Don't touch, this is my, not only me. This is a very long sentence also, you know, sounds, my. So this way, the Dana can separate me and my to joy through open. So this exercise, for example, you're giving something, this is very simple something, inexpensive, and somebody wants it, but you're not giving immediately the exercise. First your right hand, you give the left hand, you give the right hand, because you're not trusting your hand sometimes. Sometimes people call, I'm usually the left hand, I'm maybe a right hand, because which one is stronger? You not trust the other one, because you're thinking, I'm right hand, they're stronger. And the left hand's weak, they maybe they dropped. So you need to trust yourself first. Then you will give inexpensive material close to your friend. Then you can give little expensive, you know, maybe one more zero, you know, right? You know what I'm talking about. So then maybe they're more easy to open. This is the Dana Paramita is the cutting the attachment and the cutting the self-grasping. The Dana Paramita is a huge. Remember, most of you know Jiu practice. Everybody loves the Jiu. What are you giving? You're very giving the most expensive. You're giving your body, your virtue, your accumulated merit. That's not your friend or family, but any you will just ghosts or demons and yakshas. You never know. You're just giving everything. So that's why you're giving everything. Nothing you're left to fear. You never left in doubt and hope. But right now we're too much attached. They say, oh, I will do this one, then I'll maybe this achieve hope. If I didn't do this one, then I'll maybe fail here at the doubt. So the Dana Paramita can make huge difference. This way, first the sixth Paramita opens the Dana Paramita. Then the actions many different ways. And you will practice inside, meditation, and service, or thinking, also huge difference. The Lord Buddha said, sometimes and we don't have time to practice. And somebody built the stupas in a monastery or maybe a hospital, maybe something like that. Your mentality said, I wish I can give something. This, I know this is needed, something like that. This moment, we don't know how to stop the new disease, what called Ebola. If your mind says, I wish I can stop, how you can do that? Yes, there are many Bodhisattvas, many Bodhisattvas. I think many of you know the story for one the Dharma king in India. During the time, the small place, the very bad disease, they don't have any cure, any medicine. But they said, only one fish will go ready, fish ready. They don't have the near the water. So now the king, so deeply carrying his kingdom, his territory, he can see the tremendous suffering. His followers love him, but he loved to how to cure. The only one chance, this special fish. So he just, jump, he died himself, say, I will rebirth to this fish. I can cure all the illness, this idea. So then his aspiration prayer is so powerful. As soon as he died, and the fish already in the lake, then people cutting this side, and then maybe growing here. People cutting here, growing here, until all the cures. He's never end. His body is just growing here because motivation is giving everything. So likewise, if we don't have the capacity like those, or we have the motivation, how we can pray, how we can do something. This you thinking this motivation can make huge difference. Your action, absolutely. That's what Buddha said. Even though you're thinking the meditation is huge, but you walk one step, your foot can make changing your life after life. You're thinking of making to the meditate, to retreat, or service to the community as the most profound mind, not thinking me, the mind, how I can serve this lifetime. So likewise, we have the Buddhist practitioner, how we can pray to stop the new disease. Like the Middle East Christ, we don't want suffering. They don't want suffering. But some different reason they were killing each other. So sad. So sad. So this way, the merit is very powerful. Your thinking is come true as possible. So that's what we call thinking is not ordinary thinking, it's motivation. Now you walk anything before you need to think, First I will do small things, then I can bigger. Everybody this week, the youngest Nobel Prize winner, the young Pakistani young lady, and also the Indian guy, the two different places, but the same caring to the kids. But you can look, she is very small, she's very young, but her motivation, everybody's, she made a surprise. So this is her motivation. Just she said, Taliban came the car, who's the Malala? And she had no chance, I'm the Malala. Before somebody look in their shot, she want to respond her, I'm the Malala. This means she fighting for all the girls for education. So this is her aspiration. Now go back to Dharma. Many people will sometimes, Buddha said all sentient beings. It's too big, Come on, I'm right now difficult to my renting paid bill is difficult, I'm struggling my gas in my car. How I can have the sentient being is big number. It's not the case. You accumulate merit. First, you will motivation. This is what we always call the Vajrayana motivation. The Shanti Deva said, you don't worry, you don't have service energy or the capacity right now. When the conditions arrive, you're becoming victorious. Like right now, our mind is like the light. Only they have the small room. The sooner or later, awakening, your mind has become sun. Or entire earth, no more darkness. Right now, we have a lot of corner, there are some darkness. We have doubt, looks like in the corner of the basement. Very dusty doubt, we always doubt. Maybe this one's not so good, maybe this one not so good. The accumulated merits not need to doubt. So remember, the Buddha said, beginning is pure, and in the middle, the pure and path, our result is also the pure. If we follow those kind, the Buddha's teaching, Buddha's teaching is not necessarily the devotion only. You can search how to make sense. Buddha said, and somebody said, but how you can need to experience. This you need to act, Action is very important. So you will action to test, then this food is sour or sweet. And you hear the many times. The under real test is when your tongue touches, then you know. Otherwise, we don't know, But we heard many different nationality food. Looks good. Only your hearing can enjoy, but not the tongue. If you completely your enjoyment, you need to near their smell, taste, digestion. So Buddha's teaching like exactly giving all the information how to be the best becoming practitioner to help the sentient beings. Like we just talking the connection, the Dana Paramita. The small Dana Paramita can make huge difference. Similar negativities. For example, you're making virtues in many things like maybe the dry wood, like mountain size, you make the community merit. Then you're destroying your anger, jealous, wrong view. Thus, non-virtues, a small spot, fire, in burning all the virtue. Very powerful. Likewise, in your accumulated merit, even the very small size can purify many eons. Complete. And you will awaken one lifetime. So this way, the Dana Paramitas looks like they open the door to welcome liberation by self and other. So I think I will stop here. I talk many, then will be more confused. So if you have some questions, of course you have questions. I have the answer or not, Yes, first.
Now, you mentioned 6 paramitas.
Yes.
What are the 6 paramitas?
First one is the Dana Paramita. Second is the moral or Shila Paramita. Second one is the passion. We will talk another subject. The passion also will be very important. It's very sweet. Passion is very important. Then the sixth one is the perseverance. Then the samadhi. Then wisdom. Those 6 paramita. Yes.
Lama, about doubt.
Yes.
Let's say you have doubt,
Yes.
but you go ahead and you do the action anyway. Even
Yes.
though you have doubt in your mind.
Yes.
Does that decrease the merit that you get from the action? Does it affect the karma of the action?
If you doubt, the result is also not fully complete. Finish is impossible. Some say, for example, maybe someone came maybe southwest or midwest to come into Boston. They will know 93, road. They will hear. But you're in the middle of the 93. Now they don't know which one, south and north. But this person going to south. But now they doubt. I think it's go. I'm thinking it's okay. I see the 93. Then he or she driving the north. Now you're looking for the south. Exactly the 93. But you're driving the north. So what do you think?
So I think what you're saying is that doubt affects the action, and it won't be as pure,
Right.
and it may even end up being not a meritorious action if it's done also with doubt.
Maybe, say, we have a lot of guests. Maybe you were shocked, and you say, I know, first you have the sort of guess. When you get there, then you say, I knew, I feel, If you're wrong, you didn't say, I feel too wrong, So this means doubt is not much, but doubt is nothing wrong. So practice your doubt. This means you need to check double time. So this way checking without doubt how you can make sure means you doubt can build to make sure.
Excuse me,
Yes,
make sure of what?
make sure I'm going to north 93. Make sure don't go to the south.
All right. From a pragmatist point of view,
Yes.
and that is one aspect of Buddhism that very much appeals to me.
Okay.
What if, when you're being doubtful and you're on the highway,
Right.
and you say, well, the Buddha said such and such, I will follow the Buddha,
Right.
but I will wait and see what the tangible results are.
Mm-hmm.
And then you observe the tangible results after your action,
Right.
and you say, this reinforces my faith in the Buddha's teaching, because at a pragmatic level it seems to work,
Uh-huh.
as opposed to some doctrine that you're taught that you're supposed to believe in from some higher authority. So do you accept that interpretation?
Yes and no. Yes, because you need to make sure under waiting. And then second, no, why? Because under your results coming how long?
Okay.
Before you happen and you carrying, then maybe all doubt from Pardo.
Okay.
It's not much helpful.
Good.
But this way doubt, make sure that's it.
Good.
Yes.
Lama, can you say the 3 categories of service again, of merit accumulation?
First one is the accumulated merit to the Dharma. So Dharma means huge, right? So the learning the Dharma, serving the Dharma, all the part of the doing something teaching related. The second one called sangsing. Sangsing means the offering the food, clothing, helping, take care of those things. Third one is the minjibu jibu. This one is the more deeper. You will just sacrifice to help somebody. You remember somebody say, okay, this is very dangerous, this area, but somebody need to protect this person, other side of the river. But this person need to help. But in the river, a lot of danger animals. You have to sacrifice yourself to before protect he or she. So those kind of very deep meaning. But what we talking here is that now how do we can do physically or mentally? Those the 3 different categories.
Okay, thank you. So
Yes.
Lama, when you say teaching, the first
Yes.
one, so then what is the example of that? Like in the sense
Yes.
of meditation or like?
Yeah, remember the connection that I just give the early meditation. Someone he or she was live the retreat, or you were live the retreat, or maybe the person live there. Somebody serving him or her. The accumulated merit is the same. But this case, Chogi Jimba means the person who giving to awakening object. It's very important. No longer to confuse to in the samsara. The clear, These days we have a lot of good exams. Like GPS, make sure the spelling is correct. Zip code is correct. Don't doubt, Maybe sometimes my class is not so good, 6 or 9, sometimes maybe they mess up, then you didn't get it. Because it's not the GPS wrong. Because my thought, I didn't check it carefully. So doubt is always good. Means you check once again, make sure, then you get it, your destination. the Gugu wisdom can show everything. So similarly, they're related in the Dharma. When the Buddhas and Bodhisattva say something means you not need only devotion. You need to check. This is what Buddha said. Serje dawe sershindo lepartala ngayika language has means. Buddha said, his talk, you not need the easy, oh, this is Buddha's teaching, I need devotion in another case. You need to check. You need to search. Like the gold miner can checking, polish, then it shines there. How many you can more do something, gold's never become yellow, or maybe green. So nature is so shiny. So Buddha's teaching is not immediately devotion, but search. It's real benefit. How? Yes.
So what is merits?
What is the merits? Is we call the jimba. Jimba means giving. So giving means we give means not you didn't receive it in that case. When you're thinking giving means already you received joy. Beginning time, your mind is joy through you giving, and result is joy through you get it. So this way you will see. I will tell you the related when you're giving your mind very open and need open joy. There's not me, of course, but in some realization, they all know what you're thinking, Our one of the master called Angon Rinpoche. He was now the second reincarnation. He was fully enlightened, the highly yogi master in Tibet. From Digunti to Lhasa, maybe 3-4 hours drive, this much long. From here to maybe New York, very far. And sometimes he bring maybe New York, maybe 42nd Street, maybe very famous, maybe New York food, maybe New York, they want to call hot dog, or maybe some beggar, Somebody say, I need it right now, fresh. So the Angkor Rinpoche, things like that, they bring fresh food, at the same, the 42nd Street food is right now here. So this is his realization. So one day, and some family want to see him, giving some offering. The lot of attach, the butter, new butter, the husband and wife said, we can offering this like this, design like similar exactly. Yeah, somebody said, we're going to keep the all, him. Then somebody said, no, we need also keep the half. Then the discussion a little bit, final the agreement to give all the, whatever the size butter to him. He was in the retreat, miles away, they never see. When I opened the door, he said, oh, I only dissolved the half, not full. You guys morning saw the dialogue to give half in the full. I don't need full, but I need only half. But half your pure mind, half is not pure. So this way the realization master can see everything. So this way we go the Dana Paramita. When you're giving there, need to joy. So Jimba means as soon as you do something, giving service, some center or community, even though your family maybe help your grandparents or maybe kids, anything you thinking to help the second or third person, you get some merit immediately. Or we didn't see, but after that, you're so joyful. Then you will say, I'm so lucky I serve my parents or my community or my center. If you didn't do something later, I wish. There you wish, a lot of wishes, but zero wishes because the time's gone. This accumulated merit, the joy I did is so grateful. So this power of the merit. So that's why I always say the American people is very lucky. You serve your parent anytime, parents or relatives, whoever you're there. You will go anytime. Maybe you can fly a few hours or drive a few hours. For us, we don't have those kind of karma. But we not say, oh, I'm bad karma. But we have just huge difference. but you have a lot of accumulated merit. Something for me, there's less karma to relationship my mom and my dad and my teacher. Only my mentally, not far, always the non-duality grows. But physically, I cannot give those fruit. But you will give any time. So this power of the marriage is how long, also the relatives and close, there are a lot of connection also marriage. Yes. Okay.
I once had a teacher who said there's no merit in merit. And what he meant was that if you do things for the merit, you don't get the merit.
Mm-hmm. That's the bad new call. Mar mene chumika, samba mene tsotams. If you don't have butter, you need offering butter lamb. You don't have zamba, you need zamba tso offering. So this means, it looks like funny, you know. If I don't have, how I can offering? You offering, you need to accumulate the merit. So this means, I give the Buddha or Zambala. Then he or she was happy to give me in another case. The previous, we didn't give, share other beings. This life, we have so many wishing in the mind. We don't have our wishing is not hand, only the mind. So this way, again, accumulated merit, you small. Remember, at the Buddha's lifetime, one attendant, his memorial is very bad. And Buddha said, you can just come, temple you can clean, bathroom clean, but you have only mantras. Dur, chak, tima, chak. So dur, chak means killing dusty, killing negative emotion, negativities, karmas. So he always thinking just clean, clean. That he polish outside, clean. The resolve, motivation, clean inside. He is the most sharp mind in the Buddha's follower. There's also the merit. Just follow. He just clean the bathrooms and the followers and maybe something, you know. So this makes a huge difference. There's the similar story, countless. So we, of course, we think the small merits. It's like we will, the spring, the farmer, you can put the barleys and some in the ground, you know. And the fall, double, triple, we can enjoy. So this makes sense. How motivation can make. You can put one maybe rice, and when the fall season, how many rice come? Maybe 90, maybe 100. One ground can maybe transform 90 or 80. So this big number. We never think this looks like magic, you know. This looks like accumulated merit, how to work. The small seed can make everybody happy. The farm, when they plant just corn, for example, or rice, one big bag. And when the result, 10 or 20 big bags. Now how many people enjoy? Just few farmers can do that. Like practitioners, I can do something this lifetime, I can do something. You can thinking, and come true. Likewise, the bad thought also, we always never thought bad thought. Bad thought also, too much thought is coming true there. So that's why we always thinking good thought, benefit thought. This is very healthy your body, healthy your mind. Okay, maybe the last question. If no question, then we have dedicated. This is just short talk and short dedication.